Okay, so that was the eerie darkness place. And then there's the wall crossing. But yeah, apparently they don't make you drive through the wall again. Not the worst place to drive through again on purpose if you want to farm plasma, apparently. Because it has so many of those electrical spots you can just intentionally farm. But I did already. This place has okay. A lot of things I don't like in this one. No. Okay. I need 0.6 more clim before I can escape the next zone safely. It will be a plot location, so I can probably, yeah, perpetual stability. I can explore that place safely, so that'll be fine. This place I might want to just burst through as fast as possible. It has multiple bad things. Something's moving, swift storm, and corrosive downpours. Corrosive downpours tells me that it's acid rain, which probably damages your entire car at once, and you if you get hit by it. Something's moving. I don't even want to know. That's upsetting. It might just be the level is upsettingly full of visitors, the tourists. But if the level's chock full of tourists and Swift Storm is enabled, that means the alarm is going to activate quickly. And I need to quickly get to the exit for the storm. And the level might be completely full of visitors, which are hard to avoid because there's so many of them. You have to drive really carefully to get around. So I have to drive either really carefully to get around them, take a lot of damage to my car, or have to get out and throw flares at them and stuff or anything that you can throw to break them. But if you don't want to be stopping constantly, that's also the most anomaly I've ever seen. That freeway, well, the destination of the freeway doesn't even have anomalies. It does have disruptive charge. Turncoat. What is turncoat? Your car gets possessed and betrays you? I've never seen the anomalies at 0 before. I've also never seen it be maxed out before. What does that look like? We're about to find out. Alright, so I'll nab an anchor off the side of the road if I spot it, I guess. Especially if it's because I want to get some unstable if I can and get some good new clim for the next tier. But this looks like a very bad zone. Wait, did it say it'll drain its fuel? It said acid. Oh god, the whole middle, is that the acid rain? There's downpours. Something's moving. Something's creeping amongst the trees. Is it not just the tourists? Okay, so the acid says it'll hurt my car and drain my oh my god. Okay, so there's a giant corrosive cloud. And that's just happening. Okay, let's just get out of here. I think it said that the acid rain will drain my fuel. So I need to get out of the rain. This cloud is just the bad effect rain stuff. And it's just dominating the entire zone. Oh, cool, now it's hard. Oh, there's all those. Oh, hello. Big globs. Okay. I want to turn right over here if we can. The big globs are coming at me. Uh-oh. Alright, well I'm just gonna have to fly for a second, I think, and just live with that. Uh-oh. So much for air control that time. Could have gone worse. Alright, so we're in a big acid rain globber. Oh god. Something in the woods is supposedly chasing me, maybe. Oh no. Okay, that's what... Okay, now I know what the windshield wipers are for. And it's also just hard to see the road, both with my eyes and on the map, where this damn storm is making it hard to see anything. Okay, multiple red panels now. Oh. Don't break those. Uh-oh. Vehicle protection compromised. Now I'm dying. So that's exciting too. This is bad. This is a bad problem to have, and I'm about to fly in the sky again. Oh, tell me why. Do we throw cars into the sky? I'm almost out. I'm taking damage from the acid rain now. Almost every part of my car is red at the same time. I think that's bad. Okay, I'm out of the acid rain. That was worse than I ever imagined. The entire door fell off. Ah, and now swift storm. I'm gonna go to the next zone where perpetual safety is promised. So, corrosive downpour was so much worse than I ever anticipated, and my advice to future me would be to do the somewhat insane thing and just drive along the border of the map, just in the wilderness, I guess, and do not drive into the middle of the map full of storm. It is so much worse than I ever anticipated, unless I specifically have upgraded myself to be resistant to corrosion, and even then, half the upgrades I've seen that are resistant to things are like, oh, it's like 30% resistant, and that's not that good. Okay, I didn't even look for anchors, and I didn't even see an indication on the map there even was one. That was upsetting. It's everything you'd ever be worried about happening. My entire car turned red, and some of them turned gray. So both of my front panels... Both of my... Yep.
Okay, first off, I've loaded up 3 locations on your ARC device map. You see them? Head to whichever strikes your fancy.
You're sending them to the visions?
Sure am. We're gonna use this.
My optical vassalizer. We shouldn't use that.
Why not?
I mean, it's been decades. No way that thing is in any sort of working shape.
I've been fixing it up in secret, and I'm sorry. Don't be mad. It's gonna be a surprise for your birthday.
Basically... Oh god, 3.
Modification to your headset, driver. I've hooked up the basilizer here to modulate your scan function. Think of it like an extra layer of mayonnaise on your technology sandwich.
What are you using the vassalizer for?
No spoilers. We have to tell the story from the beginning. Driver, get ready to feast your eyes on the visions.
Not gonna lie, bad time to info dump on me. I'm a little distracted right now from all of the stress. The painter logbook.
Hallucination. Hundreds of people, 30 seconds of crazy, yada yada. But there was one instance where that event and the remnants intersected. The story of Laura Cesare. Laura worked at ARDA as an executive secretary. She put in her hours, but she spent her evenings with a real passion. Painting. When the hallucination event swept through, Laura was overtaken like everyone else. But for her, the visions didn't stop. She tried painting them, but grew frustrated at her inability to recreate what she saw. Now at first, ARDA wrote her off as one of the many whose brains got scrambled by what they saw. Until Laura stumbled across a rusty can of paint in the woods. It was a remnant. Once she started using this paint, the visions in her paintings began to come true. She painted feverishly for over a year, chasing the visions the entire time. Until the day the paint ran empty.
And then she disappeared. Like all remnant holders do.
Now that we know the remnants and the mass hallucination are related, maybe Laura's visions can help us out.
Laura had visions. So yeah, so it gives me the silhouette of the missing piece, but like I can't make... Actually I can. Can I? I actually can make the doors. Okay. What am I holding? Panel. Let's protect you. Ah! Is the door in my inventory? Yes. Okay, so yeah, it's still better protection to have the pieces than not to have the pieces. I can't afford to make another crude panel. That's most of the stuff on, technically. Yeah, I guess you can get away with that much at least. Oh boy. Things could have gone worse, I guess. I think I lost something. Where was that installed? Side storage is here.
Look, there he comes in, Francis. You tell him. Oh, look at me babbling away. Francis, you explain it. It's so good.
No, it's just... I'd rather not.
Come on, we talked about this. You should be proud of your word. Toot your own horn.
Not this time.
Okay, well, Francis' theory, his entire branch of research was that the zone exhibits a property seen nowhere else on Earth. Every phenomenon that occurs here leaves its fingerprint forever on the physical space. So he created this device to pick up on these sub-physical after effects. How did you explain it? It was like identifying a whale's favorite color using only the wake it leaves behind. The rest was science mumbo-jumbo.
It's a form of electromagnetic imprint. Anyway, it was a long time ago.
And what a better time than now to try it again.
Oh, there's the red stuff. Tell me it doesn't shoot this far. I don't remember installing the original, that part previously, so I don't remember where it was installed or how it worked. Okay, I think that stuff's new. It's definitely frog noises. What is this? It's a resource. A neon reef. What was the recommended? A thermal vacuum. I can pick the swamp coral. I didn't want that for something kind of significant. So I'll go in my inventory. I don't know if the stuff I'm picking up is dangerous to me or not. It feels like I can't pick this stuff normally, so I have to keep picking up the slow way, but it's working. Neon reef also wants a thermal vacuum. The swamp coral might be hurting me. I don't know if this area is irradiated or... Ah! No, let me go. Also get scanned. Get scanned, nerd. I'll attack you. They're also grabbing something over there. I think the coral was needed for like my next tier of armor upgrades or something. Can I vacuum this stuff up? Oh, I can. Nope. Nope. Leave me alone. Are they grabbing things from my inventory? They are, aren't they? Did I just lose a bunch of swamp coral? I have 50. They can't take that from me, I guess. Oof. Have you been taking damage from these? Not yet. I have, though. I'm taking damage in general. And this stuff also might hurt. Yeah, 5k. Cool. Uh-huh. Yep, this stuff hurts to touch. Get that back in there. Do I have any more healing items? Can I make any more healing items? Ah, right on my car. Oh, that's why it had the no sign, because I got hit by acid, didn't it? God damn it. It seemed relatively safe for a while, too. Well, that definitely got me energy. I think I've jumped from 2.4 to 4 point. Yeah, so that was worth like 2. Which is more than I often get. Roads over here, I guess. What are these sounds? Okay, let's not drive through that thingy. They're just the constant barrage of acid? Oops. Went through a lot of effort just now to get flung into the sky again. Okay, this game has gotten a bit more aggro. As expected. It says my doors are open. Did I just leave the trunk open? I left the trunk open. Okay. The trunk just closed for me jostling it like that. That's funny. I don't know if stuff ever falls out of your car in those situations, but I think it might. It probably means you're failing at some of your protections, which you might need. The electricity is not chilled out on that part of my car. Uh-oh. Oh no. Yeah, that doesn't really work that way. Or they just have a ton of durability, I guess. Okay, some of my tires are punctured, it looks like. Or flat. So that does require a separate thing to address it. And my back door is cracked. Yeah, this car is fucked up right now. Half of these are temporary things I just that I installed temporarily. Broken shit. It's good if my wheels work instead of not work. To holes and leaks. So do sealing kits work on tires? Light replacement electricity. Nothing else sounds like a tire thing. Okay, we'll see if it works. Okay, that's good. But I can't make another one, and sealing kits are single use. Kind of wish I'd use my use that other sealing kit on tire, which I kind of forgot to check for sealing kit purposes. Instead of using it for a panel and stuff. Maybe I'll find more of what I need in here. What I do is a story. Can I go here? Nope, that's not level. And I scan those things. Those are called batteries. Plasted powder power pod. Why did it say battery? I don't think I see a battery. I think sometimes you just highlight things and it shows you the wrong thing. Like when it says that I can't craft something and then I move the D-pad away from it, then back to it. It's like, oh yeah, you can craft that. And I'm like, it's the same thing. Don't we have an objective right here? Mural? Oh, right, that's my goal.
The inverting doorway.
No, I don't. I don't like this one.
A mural depicting a blue framed door standing, freestanding in the wilderness.
Is it just me, or did this mural look different before?
Probably the instability messing with the paint over time. It's been decades after all.
Nah, something's definitely off. Hey, where's our old notes from when we took a field trip out that way? Driver, why don't you go ahead to the next one while we investigate this?
Stuff's definitely moving. Yep. It warns any who... God damn it. So many fucking distractions. Alright, fuck it. You read it, or you didn't.
Can't even look at it. Francis, you explain it.
Maybe you've already seen them, driver.
A freestanding bright blue door in its frame out in the wilderness with nothing around it. If you do see one, don't get anywhere close to it.
I don't want to talk about it.
He was pretty close to a doorway when it opened. It's called the inverting doorway. When the door is shut, it's safe. But once in a while,
It opens, and everything near it is turned inside out. Its victims are mostly bears, squirrels, and birds. They all go through hell. Meat and bones on the outside, fur and feathers on the inside. It's not fun to see. Once, a group of hikers didn't heed the warning, and
No, we're done here, driver. If you see one, you stay away from it. That's all you need to know. Let's go.
You can pick up a lot of these, jeez. Trying to feel out what the range is. They feel almost infinitely farmable. Like, it kind of feels like I'm not depleting these. Like, they just open and close over and over again, and maybe even the same ones respawn. Unclear. It's the most of any resource I've farmed by count, at least, but I don't know what the resource costs were I needed. The vacuum does comically speed it up. It's just a normal hand vac, though. The game recommended a thermal vac, so I thought that I needed a special object. So maybe just need the thermal vacs for these. It's not letting me collect the neon reef the same way. So he's saying that he was near a blue door when it opened. Does that mean that it hurt him? Or he just saw it, he was close enough to see what it did and that was it? It's 68, it's probably enough. It's like not wanting to give me any more. Wanted to see if I could impact the coral and the other stuff in any way. Didn't I want the swamp coral? That's the neon reef. That's the neon reef, and that I'm getting the swamp coral, right? Yeah, swamp corals. I'm pretty sure what I was told I should want by whatever past thing I wanted to make. So having over 100 of it seems like a lot, although it sure stacks a lot. So clearly, it's not unusual to have that much. It stacks in stacks of 80. Probably expect you to have a lot. Is that a fucking visitor that was sneaking up on me? Don't like that. Let's see, can I also not make any putty anymore? Nope. Okay, I do have a battery jumper. Okay, so this is this gives me a chance of dealing with that. Okay, so you're not totally doing when your battery runs out. If you could find the parts to jump it. That's good to know. I knew that at some point, but just in the moment I was like blanking on like what do I do when I run out of battery? It sounds helpless, but surely there must be something. They wouldn't just make you completely fucked. Because obviously it's a looming threat and you know it's coming, but it's still like when it hits, there's like you'd want to have some kind of way to react to it. And yeah, it would be that you would hope to run across the map and scavenge the parts to make a battery jumper, or keep them on you, which I did. So the fact that I already had them on hand is good. Weird giggle clouds. So yeah, my car is fine. This is just, I mean, yeah, there's no evil cloud. This is just rain. It's not evil rain. Ah. Just like that, another thing is in the yellow zone. Dude, damage comes to your car so quickly. That is admittedly a crude panel now. I need to try to craft good panels again from scratch. Guess it'll be a good chance to test whether or not I have a good supply of stuff. No. Go away. Let go of me. Yeah, I feel like the trick is to put your parking brake on. Are they on me again? They are. How many of them? Is there even a route going the way I want to go? Not really, no. Oh, you assholes. Oh, that's the bad cloud. Dude, it's actually hard. We're hitting the point where the environment is dense enough with hazards that it's actually hard to identify where the hazards are. Because it feels like the whole map is just that. I'm like, this is a slope, not a cliff, right? More chances for coral, I guess. And my destination's in the middle there. Rivers do not seem to get particularly deep. To our benefit. We're at the point where I can't even repair my car.
Personal favorite.
Legend has it that Bigfoot was drawn by the anomalous mushrooms that grow in the mid-zone.
Oh boy, Francis, look. Look here, it's different from our sketch when we visited in '82.
It's all scrambled, but the shape seems familiar. If you tilt your head, doesn't that kind of look like Mount Olympus?
Oh, Francis, you flippin' genius! It absolutely is. Wait, let's look back at the first one. What's different there?
That shape right there, is that Hook Valley?
Holy smokes! Wait, pull up all the topographical maps of the peninsula. If we look around the areas where you'd get that view of Mount Olympus. See, Francis? I told you your basilizer would work.
I don't think this is the basiliser's doing.
Driver, we're on to something. Get to that third vision.
So each of the murals is shifting to look like locations we might want to visit.
Driver, if you come across a mushroom like the one in the mural, do not eat it. No matter how tasty it might look.
You're speaking from personal experience. And let me tell you, it wasn't pretty.
Oh, just thinking about it makes me want to puke all over again. You've probably passed the biogenerators by now. They're our source of power in the mid-zone, and one of the best demonstrations of renewable limb tech. Yes, these battery farms keep our lights on, but more importantly, they're also the only place in the entire zone where anomalized mushrooms grow.
And guess who turned out to be the world's biggest fan of those mushrooms?
Bigfoot itself.
With those guys.
The vision foretold its arrival in the zone.
It started with those pods hanging from the battery farms were found chewed up. At first, they blamed it on the local wildlife. This was back when we used to have some. Then, the sightings of 10-foot-tall creatures started that didn't attract much attention on their own.
Not until the first footprints were found. The Olympic Peninsula has always had a collection of Bigfoot sightings, but they were rare until Bigfoot had its first taste of the anomalized mushrooms. Then they couldn't stay away.
And that's when the Squatches came knocking. They jumped the wall, set up camp, and they got to investigating. Once they learned of the Sasquatch's appetite for these mushrooms, they cultivated entire farms of the stuff.
For months, they propagated mushrooms and set traps. And for months, evidence mounted that Sasquatch was making its rounds and evading those traps. Until one night, the experts disappeared.
Bigfoot got them, no question.
Come on, all 8 at once? How is that possible?
Never get in the way of a hungry Sasquatch.
The Squatchers? The Squatch Watchers?
So about that last vision.
No, I'm telling you, the helmsman never made it out of the zone. He died here.
Not this again. I still don't know why you're so convinced he existed in the first place.
Driver, back me up here. This is how the story goes. It was the winter of '72. A ship set sail down the Columbia River 100 miles east of here. The helmsman was overcome by bad weather, and while in a particularly foggy patch, the boat hit something, and the impact threw him from the deck. When he woke up, he was on a boat on this very lake, smack in the middle of the zone, with no idea how he got there. He had with him a ridiculous amount of cash and paid anyone and everyone to get him out of the zone. But no matter how he tried to leave, on foot, in a transport, he would always head into a fog and reemerge on another boat. At last count, the great pileup was 20 boats high and 30 boats wide.
A limb duplication glitch, nothing more.
And you, of all people, blaming limb tech instead of a good old-fashioned mystery?
It doesn't add up. Artist's favorite pastime was carting people out of the zone. How could someone actually fail to escape? And a mysterious man with a backpack full of cash, and the one place he can't spend it. Seems awfully fishy to me.
How can somebody fail to escape this place? I mean, we've been trying to this whole fucking time. It's the anomalies. This place is awful. This went on for long enough, and that I was like, wow, this is a way bigger building than I thought it was going to be. I'm check the whole outside rim, then I'm gonna check the inside rim, and then I'm gonna get the power from the inside. But like, I definitely lost track of how many times I turned while I was listening to them talk and stuff like that. And I definitely was like, wait, is this is this place like doing a PT on me? I was starting to think the whole thing was just like looping and misleading me about how big it was. So I was like, I started to think that I'd already done more than a loop. Which, like, the idea that it would even loop is a shock in its own right. So it should be here, then on my left gets me back out. Uh-oh. How lost am I? Okay, here it is. And there's the buzzsaw. Okay. Whew, it's a completely enclosed loop. That's a surprise. I'm no longer being covered in acid. Maybe it stopped. And it's broken. And my other one's back in the car. So all these big old hanging battery things are how they get all their energy. I don't know if I can reach them or interact with them in any real way given where I am. There we go, it all nicely fits in. Grab up my replacement vacuum, which goes here. I might as well check that spot out, but so might want to drive there first. Red Rift, is that right? That's just those, right? Yeah, that's not new. You know what that sound? It's not my car eternally taking acid damage, is it? Is it the stuff up there? Oh, it's the fact that my bumper has still not lost its charge. Which has been going for ages at this point. It's not usually like a chest back here. Nope. We're getting familiar with this particular tower. Oh, no lock on this spot this time, as there has been before. Okay. Yeah, we hauled ass to get over here, but now that I'm here, I am actually getting a pretty good haul. Haha, haul and haul. I said the same word twice. I'm funny. Or something. Do-do-do-do. Alright. Ooh. And this turns transmuter steel sheets into fabric. I don't think I need that. This honestly sounds like a downgrade. I find lots of entire boxes full of people's like leftover clothes. Very kind of the game to just spawn a valuable resource directly in front of me like that. It's my second ever unstable anchor, and it literally just spawned in front of me. Yep, there's a bunch of fabric. Don't think that those 3 fabric were worth trading steel sheets for, which are 6 scrap each. Kind of far from my vehicle right now. So please no upsetting surprises. There just happens to be another tower. Wow, they put a flight thing at the end of a fucking jump. That's stressful. Oh, power's broken. That toolbox stuck outside kind of leaves me with the impression that the poor owner of it was also locked outside. It was like, "Aw, guys, help! I'm gonna die." So we really got a close look at the way that like car parts have 2 health bars. There's their its opening health bar that seems to be like, this is how long this resource is usable for, and how long this vehicle piece has like stats that apply to your vehicle. But then there's like a secondary health bar that's just like, here's the last vestige of health bar that determines whether or not this thing will be attached to your vehicle. And almost my entire vehicle was in that zone, terrifyingly, where I think it presumably stopped functioning as a part and wasn't doing anything anymore, but it was technically still attached. As long as it was still attached, I could at least try to repair it. But all the other pieces were just lost. This has all been a chunk of finding. I still haven't done this one. Damn. That one is dangerous. I have upgraded my radiation shielding somewhat, but I still don't have the one where it's it can't shrug off that initial 2.5. I very much want to get that upgrade. I can mostly tank the damage for a bit. It gives me a use for all those healing resources the game keeps giving me. What I don't like is that these ones are often invaded, so I risk going to the scary looking ones, and I'm often like punished because there's also a tourist inside, and then I'm like, well, I'm not dealing with that. Trying to move quickly here. Oh, my hands are full. I guess I'm not going to be cutting the next thing open. Let's just get out of here. Ow. Alright, that was like 10% health. This dumpster pearl is very glowy. I don't remember them being like that before. This one might be cooler, based on the zone I found it in. The electricity is not coming off this thing. Kind of alarming. There you go, dumpster pearl. And a 9-volt battery. How? Can I craft another healing kit? I'd rather not risk dying abruptly. I think they heal 50 each, so I'm pretty good now. Alright, final destination. I don't even... Yeah, 6.4 clim, damn. How am I getting there? Basically just driving forward, but not into that one saw. Ah! Like, poor car parts. The way that we, like, slowly push forward through water reminds me of, watching a Labrador Retriever, like, dog paddle. It's, like, very slowly inching forward. It's not the most impressive progress, and it looks not especially graceful because its entire body is just sitting, is just, like, staying level. But it's making progress. I need to keep an eye out because these things I'm looking at up here above me keep making me think that they're my path, but they're not roads. They're things in the sky that are on the map, which, like, could be noteworthy, but I don't think I can currently use them in any real way. Let's get the last... This is a stable story location, so let's get the last clim thingy first. No. Was that like a swamp witch sound? Okay, it's launching at me. Yeah, I want to get the anchors first, I think, before I do the story, because the story might trigger the runaway segment. Whereas, as far as I know, the perpetual stability thing, I think, means that it can't be summoned by the other thing. Okay, I'm literally getting a "you have low health" warning. Let's see if I can make more putty. I did grab a bunch of stuff just now. Sealing kit. We're spending a lot of time repairing our car on this run, but Jesus Christ, it's had a bad day. There's a lot of reasons this was a bad day for it, but among the worst was just that acid was so bad. Now my car's just covered in easy to damage replacement parts. Maybe it's wasteful to be repairing them right now because I'm probably going to tear them off and build replacements. I mean, it doesn't hurt to have them survive. I can, another one fucking pot. Wow. I have my third flat tire. Oops. Okay, this car's doing okay-ish. Ugh. A lot of the back is not looking amazing. But things got low enough that I was getting a freaking, like, "your health is bad" warning which is not common. Battery's still doing okay. It's at like 40%. Oh, that red thing in the distance is the weird bubbles. Oh god, it's right next to the thing. Okay. That's not great. I hope it doesn't target me. Just quickly. It's extremely non-ideal. Put it in. No, don't turn the key. Ah! Saw blade! Wasn't expecting that to be right there. Okay. I don't think I got hit by any acid. Either me or... Well, I mean, I didn't. I'm at 99%. But I think even my vehicle was fine. Got lucky. And now I have 8.4 clim. So it sounds like that siren noise, by which I mean like a angelic voice, not a police siren. Is just like a part of the poison globber guy spawning in and firing. I kind of was wondering if there was like a siren trying to lure me in or something. Okay. Whoa, that was weird.
The great pile up. You know, if you catch the mural at the right angle, when the moon is right overhead, you can spot the helmsman's body in one of the boats.
No chance. It's a paint smudge. Nothing more.
Believe me, it's true. I've seen it.
Oh, bingo!
See that pattern in the last mural? That flower only grows above a certain elevation. Put the three locations together, and you've got a square mile in the northeast corner of the deep zone. Huh. The visions were pointing towards something the entire time.
Hey, Hoppy, you can stop pretending to ignore us now. Take a look at this fine work. We've pinned down the location for the source of the mass hallucination. That's where the driver needs to go.
Well, what do you know?
Well, I knew the basilizer worked. What did I tell you, huh?
He still doesn't know, Francis.
Know what? Hoppy?
Not my story to share.
What are you keeping from him, buddy? Alright. It's time to make our scary drive. Let's at least turn around.
My theory. And that basilizer, they're illegitimate.
Wait, what are you saying?
I built that device to prove my imprint theory, and it was on the verge of getting the results I needed. But my research funding was running out. So, I forged the data. Not much, just enough to justify more time. I was so close. I knew the breakthrough was right around the corner. But Ara found out. That's why I was reassigned and my clearance revoked.
Wait, you told me you changed labs voluntarily.
8 years of research with nothing to show for it, and then for that to happen, I couldn't face you.
That doesn't mean your theory's wrong. I still think there's something to it. There's a common thread with some of the remnant stories, like the telephone switchboard. The ones that seem to recall the past somehow. Maybe the remnants access those imprints, write them like a needle in the groove of a record.
Don't. You don't have to do that. It's in the past. I don't care about it anymore.
You forged the data.
I've got this suspicion, right? If we can just get the cards to the mass hallucination source, we'll find they can prove your theory. It's worth a try, isn't it?
I'm tired of trying, Tobias. I've tried all my life, and it didn't go so well.
Did not mean to initiate it during this giant dialogue thing.
Fancy degrees that you and Hoppy have. The closest I ever got to science was wiping down your lab benches. But I saw the incredible things that you did with your research.
Maybe they'll keep talking when after the loading screen? I don't know. They do a lot of dialogue in this game. Oh man, I think it stopped. That sucks. Sorry.
interesting thing about that deep zone area you identified. I ran every coordinate in that area through the auto database, and what turns up but access logs with entry records for Dr. K up through March 1963.
What? No, the doctor died in 1961, in the lab accident.
So we were told. Then, I found access logs for both that deep zone site and Red Meadow. Years and years worth of activity.
Red Meadow Research Facility? But it was demolished the same year. After the structural damage caused by the... lied about that too, didn't they?
It appears so. The driver should give the Red Meadow ruins a visit. If Dr. K didn't die that day, I'd like to know what was keeping him so busy.
So would I, but... do we have time for this? We don't know how long the driver's got with that remnant.
And that's why we need this information. Whatever Dr. K was doing relates to all of this. It may be the key to what lies at the end of the road for the driver.
I... agree with you. God, I hate saying that.
Driver, I've marked the Red Meadow facility on your route planner. Head there whenever you're ready.
I always question the wisdom of having that
You won't
much.
survive long out there.
Oh my god.
Not with the way you're driving. But I've got an old experimental device in the garage that might help.
Let's try this thingy. It's supposed to do it when I throw it now? Oh my goodness. Jeez. Yeah, it sure does that. Go over here. I question the wisdom of having that much dialogue in games like this sometimes, because at a certain point, you run into a problem that some GTA and San Andreas games sometimes had, where at some point, in order to hear the dialogue, the player has to just actively stop playing the game for a while, because if they keep playing the game, they're going to interrupt the dialogue by progressing the story, or finishing the level, or reaching the end of their drive or so on. So you end up awkwardly, like, driving laps or something, or trying to find some excuse to not finish the level, because the game still keeps having more dialogue. And that was a case of, like, they have so much dialogue about each individual painting, but it doesn't take that long to leave the level. But they also kind of, like, get into a spot where you think that you might be done, but not really, because they, like, an individual chunk of dialogue will end, but then just more dialogue will come queued up after that, and you're like, oh Jesus. So even when you think that you're done with the dialogue, more dialogue still comes at you, surprisingly. I don't need you. Damn, inventory full. You get a point where it's like, it's not illegal to keep having dialogue, but at some point you probably should have, like, fail safes built into your game to help avoid people missing the dialogue if they happen to play the video game while the radio drama is playing. Because you should generally, kooky idea, but you should probably build games around the idea that the player is in fact playing them at the time, and not just going to stop to listen to the entire podcast in its entirety, and then continue playing the game when it's done. So in moments like that, you should really think carefully. Damn it! How much dialogue you put in a particular moment, because you get in the danger zone. Because that was too much dialogue for the escape, and that was even after I was waiting around for a while. And there's no system that makes it, like, continue playing. You don't, like, continue hearing it. Like, you could even have the game continue playing the dialogue over, like, a black screen, or the loading screen. Or, like, and some kind of transition before the loading screen, where it just, like, finishes the story. and then gets back to it when you're actually, and then just continues the game once you're done with the dialogue. Singly and Family 1. Oh, damn it, my fucking scroll wheel's broken, so I can't read it. This is a weird glitch that keeps happening. Oh, it's gone. Okay, I just flipped out of my joystick and it fixed eventually. So it must be a dead zone problem then. There must be some kind of dead zone where my, like, my right stick must slightly lean down sometimes, but in a way that doesn't affect gameplay. But the dead zone for this is different, and so it freaks out or something. Or maybe just me wigging out with the joystick just kind of like reset whatever glitch was happening in the program, if not the hardware. Who knows? Singly and Family number 1. I did it! Singly and Family hauling is back in business. Incredible. Just as our bills were due, nobody was hiring us anymore. All these big companies hiring college students to haul trash on the cheap. But they had no finesse, no care. They were about to shut me out of my father's business of 5 generations without a second thought. But not anymore. My wife will be so pleased. We have to be in Washington by Monday. Then the government will tell us where to go. They say they will pay us and provide a house and food for my entire family. My brothers, sisters, uncles, and their families too. Enough work for all of us. We are truly blessed. George Singly. Part 1 of an 8-part saga. Not a good sign for the Singly family, or anything about what's going to happen to them. Look, it's a little book. You can see what it looks like. And then I can throw it in the thing. Oop. And now it is a little fabric. Ooh, okay. So, this episode's run long a bit, because I wanted to do a full run to make it feel worthwhile, and it turned out to be a real full run. Got a lot of parts, but we'll have to see how many of them I'm about to lose to the repair process next episode. That's a next time me problem, who gets to build replacements for all the parts we literally lost. Okay, lesson learned, never drive into the acid rain. Oh god, oh fuck, it's horrible. Definitely drive around it. Whatever was out there can't be that bad. It said something was in the woods. I don't know what that was, but this was really bad, so it's probably not as bad as that.